Welcome back to the channel, everybody, and we're doing our legend attacks here today, but I almost missed them. I had to rush them all in the final hour of the day, and how did they go? All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at where we ended up finishing for the day. It was actually at 54.15, and where we currently ranked, we're at 214, so almost in the top 200, but I literally woke up like an hour before the day ended, and I forgot that I had to do my legend attacks. I didn't do them. I was like, I think I'm missing something. So I had to do them all in the final hour. And let me go ahead and scroll down here and see. It started about 51 minutes ago because that was the day before. So I had to do them all in, I think it was like 40 minutes. So just under the last hour of war. And so we kicked it off with the triple, then 72, 96, then we got a triple, 79, and 57. The last attack wasn't the greatest, unfortunately. Things kind of went all over the place. But we ended up going 4 for 8. So we got 4 triples in the like 40-minute time span there. And let's go ahead and jump into a few of them. So we'll cover the 4 here. So this first one was actually with Suey hogs because that is what I had cooked up, and then I went Anti-lalo. So let's go ahead and see what this base entails here. So, and unfortunately I couldn't record me hitting live because I had to rush all the attacks and I just did them. So I'm gonna bring them here today. And what is this base here? So I've got the 41 hog riders. I have the queen. She is near this eagle artillery. So I was thinking, well, I can try to have my, I believe I set the funnel over here, or with a baby, or with 2 hogs, I think. I set the funnel like this, and then I dropped a wizard to clear more of a funnel, and then I dropped a baby dragon here, and then I set my heroes right into here to grab the enemy queen and this eagle artillery. And then once that goes down, then I wanted to send the hogs like this, with the stone slammer on the top side. So the stone slammer removes all of this because there's no air defense up here. So the stone slammer removes all of this. Hogs move around like this, and I can use my skeleton spell to activate this town hall and then ward an ability through it. So let's see. So we go ahead and drop the hogs down here to set this funnel. Let's go ahead and do it on ×4 right here because I was waiting and I was like making sure I was kind of planning and doing these hits. And so I dropped the Cocoa Loon for the baby dragon, and it takes out the storage here, right? And these storages are 2 tiles apart, meaning if you had an E-dragon, it won't get any value. It'll just be hitting the one building. And then the wizard's getting some nice funneling right here, and then here's the king. The king's going to provide some tanking, and then I'm going to wall break right into here. There's my test wall breaker. It doesn't make it too far. Then I realize that my king, he can be the test wall breaker per se, and he's going to go in, and then I don't have an ice golem, so I was missing an ice golem in this composition because I think I had too many of a certain troop. I don't know which one it was, but either way, I didn't need it because the queen was able to charge in, and I break that wall, and the queen gets her objective of getting that eagle artillery. And so she steps up in there, and then she goes for the archer tower, or the platform, then goes for the cannon, then the air defense, and then the eagle. So that was a ton of value right there. And so since this whole section right here was down, it created a nice path for my hogs to go like right here, and she grabbed the inferno tower. So this was kind of the path right here. It was kind of like an L shape, just like this, so we can move our way through the base just like that. So we drop the hogs going like this, and then pretty much we drop all the hogs on the top side over here. And then I dropped 1 hog. This was an accident. I meant to actually drop the stone slammer, but I didn't end up clicking it. So the stone slammer comes on the top side. I dropped the skelly spell because we're nowhere near 51%. Otherwise, we're not going to activate. And then I pop the Grand Warden ability, so the hogs help take out the town hall as they all split in different directions. And then I find a double giant bomb right in there, and I got to get the heals down to start protecting like the hogs here, start protecting hogs here, and then I have one final heal, which as the hogs are going to group all the way up and around, and look at this, I do end up poisoning the baby dragon. That was actually one of the things in the very last attack that I did today. I didn't end up killing the baby dragon that came out of the CC. It was like a baby dragon witch, and I didn't kill it in the poison because the baby dragon jumped it. But in this case, the baby dragon went down the poison, and we ended up getting the triple in the first attack. And I was definitely rushed. I had to do all the attacks. I was definitely not in the right state. I was just like hit, and had to get them all in. And this one ended up getting the 3-star with the Suey hogs. And so now we'll go ahead and jump into the Anti-lalo and take a look at the next one. So that was the 3-star right there. So we'll go ahead and jump into the next attack, which was a 3. So that was a day ago. And then that was a 96% time fail on Dr. Mutaba. That's a couple times I've found Dr. Mutaba now. And so the next one that we have here is a base that I've actually seen on my new Town Hall 12. I saw it a little bit ago, so I knew exactly how to take this base down. So this base essentially, you guys might have seen it before, is where you have the sweepers obviously facing into one another, but this base gets absolutely wrecked. One, I pulled the CC with some wall breakers, and then I sent the P.E.K.K.A, I think Ice Golem and King, and it cleared this section right here, and the enemy queen. And then I dropped the Stone Slammer over here, because there's no air defense, because my queen takes care of this AD. The only air defenses remaining are in these corners, so this Stone Slammer is going to fly onto this multi-mortar, and once this Archer Tower locks onto it, I can drop balloons behind, which will act as like a Lava Hound. And then I can drop my next hound here, fly my way across the base like this. Grand Warden flies in, frees the single and air defense, and let the hound survive a little bit longer. And then you move up and around the base just like this, and you just completely overwhelm it. And I even also removed that sweeper, which is pretty nice. But I was like, oh, maybe I can wall break in here and the queen can get that multi-target Inferno. But I had no plans on doing it. I just dropped the wall breakers just to drop them. And then I saw that I dropped the balloon right here, and it went to this Archer Tower, so I dropped the Stone Slammer a little further south to go to this multi-mortar right there. And then it's tanking, and then I dropped the balloons. So now what we're doing, so we're moving all the way around the base just like this. And I'm saving this second hound that's right here until these balloons make it past there. And I dropped probably a little too many balloons in this initial entry here, so I didn't have really too much to drop on the top side, but I was being patient. Because if I dropped this hound too early, then the hound would just get picked off and it wouldn't really provide too much value. I still think I dropped the hound a little too early, yeah, because these balloons are approaching it. So then you see these balloons are going to move their way in, and then I use the skeleton spell to activate this Town Hall, and then I rage right over the top of it, and then pop the Grand Warden and Eternal Tome. I find a tornado trap, and there's a lot of times, majority of it, there's the Tesla farm over on the top side at 9 o'clock, and then just completely overwhelm the space here. I didn't even really need the heal in that last haste, but I used them anyways. So I healed the balloons up, obviously. I dropped it right there, and then I dropped the final haste. But this base absolutely gets wrecked with this strategy. And you can clear this air defense right here and grab the queen just like that, and then you lalo from the back end. I know it can be a little risky, but it absolutely overkills the base, and you just finish on the top side, 9 o'clock Tesla farm, and you absolutely wreck it. And look how many balloons are left, but that's an easy way to take out that base right there. So that's the second triple that we had of within the hour. The next one was right here, and this one might be another one of those bases that you've seen before. So I decided to, you know what, this base is baiting you to go into this Town Hall here. So I was like, you know what, I don't want to do that. I want to send my heroes into this section right here, because the queen is also over here. So I can get not only this multi-target Inferno, this whole square section and the queen, and then I can lalo around the base just like this, right? That's what I want. That's what I wanted to do. That was the plan, because the sweeper's right here and the other sweeper's right here. Because if I sent my heroes, what would happen, right? So I'm dropping some balloons to set the funnel, because if I drop the queen, let's say they ended up grabbing all of this, I mean, I would have to fly this way all the way around, and then the queen is protected by 2 multi-target Infernos, and that'd be pretty tough to take the queen down. So I drop a baby dragon up top and the balloon over here to set the funnel, because then I want to send my P.E.K.K.A and my king together into the base right here. And then I also have the Ice Golem, which I also dropped the Ice Golem early, right? So once the P.E.K.K.A is getting hit, I drop this Ice Golem, because this Ice Golem also slows the rate of fire of the cannon. So that is another reason why I dropped the Ice Golem a little bit early, so that the P.E.K.K.A doesn't get hit and damaged as quickly. So I dropped the freeze, I dropped the wall break, and then the mortar hits my wall breakers. So I fail the wall break, but then the queen actually steps up and goes this way, and that was actually good, because the king goes and around and takes out the enemy queen, because there is a Lava Hound balloon in the CC. So I poison it and I take that down, and queen gets a ton of value. So I mean, I wanted my queen to go inside the base, but I lucked out a little bit with my queen going up and around. So I pop her ability early, because I don't want this hound to be able to go to my queen and take her down, or not take her down, but slow her up, and the queen having to pop this hound. So I've just popped it early there, and the queen goes down, And then now what I do is, if you take a look at the base remaining, where's the air defenses? Well, there's one here and there's one here. And there's the stone slammer, or not the stone slammer, I have the stone slammer. I have the eagle artillery that's in the core. So I send the stone slammer into the core here, and then I lalo around this way. And so I take my time. I'm nowhere near 51% here, right? I'm only at 26. Stone slammer's going in, and now I'm going to drop the lava hound, balloons, moving my way through. And I start dropping minions around the top side. One, I'm like, oh, I need the percentage, but I'm like, let me be patient here, because I think I don't necessarily, I see there's the tornado trap. I don't need to drop the skelly spell just yet, because I think I might be able to damage this town hall and activate it, and that's exactly what I did. The lava pups actually activated right there, and so that was perfect. And then I was being patient, pop that Grand War Internal Tome through the eagle shots and that Giga Bomb, and just completely overrun the base just like this. And then in we go. Look at this. Look at how many balloons are left, and now I'm just going to be flying my way through. The lava hound is still up, just barely has any health, about to go down. And then you see I'm going to drop a free spell on that whiz tower, and then hasting my way through. Final balloon on that cannon to keep everything, trying to go inside the base here. Drop the rage on the top side, and I could have swagged a ton of spells, but I ended up just dropping them. I dropped the skelly spell right on that multi-target inferno right there, and I dropped the heal, and I mean, I could have definitely swagged a couple, and there we go. So that is how you take out that base right there. And if the queen was like over in this section, I wonder, I don't know if I would have sent the heroes at the top side there, but and I would have used the rage skelly over the queen on by the town hall. But that is if you have that base right there, to give you an idea of how to take it down. And finally, this one right here, which we have, what did I do? Well, this one, let's go and take a look. So if you're thinking about like the Suey Lalo, you're like, all right, I'm going to send my heroes right into the town hall. Well, yes, you can do that. But in this case, I was thinking, well, this clan castle is right next to this town hall, right? So if I charge in, not only am I going to have to fight through the enemy king, I'm going to have to fight through whatever comes out of the clan castle. And I'm thinking it's going to be a lava hound, right? And that's going to be very deadly. And so then I'm thinking, where do I want to Suey? Because take the time, pause the video, whatever, think of the strategy, think of what you would do on this base, and then probably what you would do might be something that's completely different than I did, right? But it will give you an idea, right? Just take the time to think about it. So if you were to, let's say, Suey here, you would try to get this. Where's the air defenses? Well, it's here, here, here. They're all over the place. You don't really set a funnel. If you wall break right here, you can grab these defenses right here, right? The single target inferno will stay up. The sweeper is going to be blowing you back. If you wall break into here, you can get this multi, you can get this, but then you're going to have to encounter the clan castle. And then, so I was like, well, what am I going to do? I'm going to try to actually wall break up into here, this top section, and Suey this, right? So then what do I do? How do I set the funnel? I want to get the P.E.K.K.A. and everything, I believe, into the space as well. So then I sent a balloon on this mortar to set the funnel to take the mortar down. And then I drop a baby dragon up here to also set the funnel, right? So I'm taking my time, and let me go ahead and 4 times through here. Okay, so here comes the balloon. And then I drop some balloons here to take out this archer tower. When the death of the balloon takes out the builder hut. So even though it's not touching it, it will still take it down by the death of the balloon. And so I set the funnel right there. I had to drop another balloon because the air defense was too much. And then I dropped the king on the top side, and then the P.E.K.K.A. here, and then they're both going to charge into the base right here. And then I'm like, well, do I need to use a freeze, right? Because the king and the P.E.K.K.A. are both going to beat on this wall. I drop another wall breaker, but it's not going to be able to get through because of multi. But then I was like, I don't need to actually use a freeze spell because they're both going to open the wall and get that, and I still have 4 more wall breakers, right? So then I'm like, well, since Ice Golem got in, I'm going to wait till this multi-target is frozen by my Ice Golem, and then I'm going to get the second layer wall break. I could have dropped the wall breakers a little bit earlier. I think I do end up getting this wall break right here, and the wall breaks get in through the Ice Golem. So I pop back King ability. Now the king is going to go to this wall, pulls the clan castle, good thing it's not a lava hound, and then I drop the poison spell right here. And then I pop, I believe, the queen ability because she's going down. And then there she goes. And then I do end up locking on to the queen in all of this chaos right here. And I take out the enemy queen. And then the baby dragon goes down as well. And then the witch too. So I not only kill the CC, but I kill the witch, I kill the baby dragon, and now what? Right? So I took out this whole top side right here. And then I dropped the stone slammer. And then it's going to act as a lava hound. And I'm going to start to fly my way around the base just like this, right? So the stone slammer is coming up top onto the cannon, onto the mortar, and then the Lava Hound is going to be coming over here, and I'm going to save my Grand Warden for this side over the Town Hall. But I need to make sure that this Warden follows, because I didn't want this Warden to follow this way, and then let's say if my Stone Slammer or something went on the top side, that would have been bad. So this is where I dropped the Warden. I also believe I dropped, I might not have dropped the freeze. I think I did drop a freeze. I'm taking 4 freeze right now. I'm not actually taking Earthquake, and I'm using the Skelly, and a lot of times I'm using the Skelly spell to activate this Town Hall. And you can see that I'm freezing the Wizard Tower, that multi on the top side, and then I pop that Grand War Internal Tome right over the Town Hall Giga Bomb. I dropped the Rage right over that multi, and the Wizard Tower, I mean, I had tons of balloons. I didn't even need that Rage. I could have just used a Haste Spell through all of that. And then I have another Freeze and another Haste Spell through the top side, as you can see, moving my way around. So, yeah, a lot. You might not have thought about doing a Suey from the top corner and getting the enemy queen and double wall breaking inside. Actually, I only did one wall break, but the king and the P.E.K.K.A. got through the top layer. So that is a strategy. Is you don't necessarily have to Suey into the Town Hall. As long as you have that Grand Warden for the Town Hall, you can get tons of value and be able to clear the section. Just remove a section of the base like this, and then as long as you have a nice Lalo path that you don't have to fight sweepers and you can move together around the base, it can work really, really well. And I was surprised. I ended up getting the 4 3-stars in the final hour of the day, and I'm at 239 because there's a lot of people attacking right now. But yeah, so, and then how did my defense do? I did get a 1-star. They did 1-star me, and then I held a defense, it looks like, right there, and the rest have been like 2 stars and whatnot. So yeah, I mean, today was actually pretty good, even though I had to rush the attacks and get them all in the hour. Hopefully you guys did enjoy today's video of the attacks, and I don't plan on doing them all in an hour like that. Usually I do them within like a 4-hour span or something and get them done. Usually I do them on the live stream, but I wasn't streaming these attacks right here. But anyways, I hope you guys did enjoy today's video. If you did, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe down below for the daily content, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Carbonfin signing out. Peace.